What's up, everybody? Finally back with an update. I know it's been a little while since I've uploaded, but here we are with a little update on the Bully this time. Had it on the Dyno over at JMS Racing. The first time I've actually had this car on a Pro Hub. So I had it on a mainline Pro Hub, which was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it a lot. It's a great dyno if you have one local to you. Cars at this power range, putting them on chassis dynos, man, it just always would destroy my tires, fender liners. It was always not the best experience. And so having it on that dyno was awesome. Derek over at Jekyll and High Performance was the person dialing in the car, and I'm gonna go over some of the reasons why I had the car on the dyno to begin with. So some of the reasons why I had the car on the dyno to begin with was because I have done some changes to the car. Since the last time the car was on the dyno, I have a new set of injectors on the car. I now have Bosch 210s on there, and the injectors that I had on there prior were ID 2000s, so they were an older set of injectors. I sent them out for some cleaning, had them flowed, and they just were not up to par. They were older injectors, and so just needed to get something updated. So I went ahead and got some Bosch 210s, and when I put those Bosch 210s in, I noticed that the AFRs across the board at almost every boost level were considerably richer, just because of the sheer fact that the injectors are flowing a lot more than the dated injectors that I had on the car. So that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to get the car back on the dyno. Another reason, as I pan over to the rear of the car, another reason I wanted to get the car on the dyno was that I went ahead and installed a new rear differential. For 5 years, this car has had a base manual 6-speed diff. However, I had a 315 ring and pinion in it. And the reason I had the 315 ring and pinion in this car for so many years was because I drove this car a lot on the street, and I really enjoyed having the mile an hour. And initially, my intention with this car was primarily to only roll race. Well, I took it to the track with the stock bottom in, and we went as far as an 830, I believe, 830 or 840 at 166 on the stock bottom in. So I was really happy with that. And as time went along, I realized how good the car performed at the track. And as you can go back in my old YouTube videos, this car now has the best of a 7.8 at in the quarter mile, so a 7.89 at the quarter mile at 175, and the PB in the 8th mile is actually a 5.0. And so I've done multiple 5.0s with the best 60 foot of a 1.23. However, I did have to send more boost to it on the line than I really thought I had to, but that was really just to overcome the 315 ratio. And so with that said, you know, after doing some thinking and this car, I still roll race it here and there, but it had been at the track a lot more. Excuse me. I wanted to go ahead and try something new, and I wanted to go ahead and try the 342 ratio with it. And the car actually drives amazing. I have many customers out there with 342 ratios in their diffs, and the car still drives great. It's very cool, and I can drive with the AC on, no problem. And that's really because of that, my intercooler and radiator setup. So went ahead and put a 342 in it. And this differential actually has a wave track in it, and it also has 500 billet output stub shafts. So I have a much stronger diff. For 5 years, I've been running a bone stock factory diff with absolutely no upgrades in it at all. And I can't tell you how many passes I have on the factory diff. I mean, countless passes. And so now the car's got a built diff in it. It's got, like I said, it's got a wave track with a 342. And so with the gear change and the injector change, I wanted to get the car back on the dyno and just go over everything and just kind of make sure everything's 100% and see what it could do. On this day, I am in South Texas. On this day, it was 100 degrees outside. So as we started to get to the bigger power pools, it was hot. It was super hot outside. Intake temps are actually still great. 118 is what we saw, or one of the highest temps we saw on the dyno. But I didn't want to push the car any further than we went, just because of the temperature outside. But the car did phenomenal, so I'm gonna go right into the video now, and so check it out. So before I do that though, quick rundown again of the car. Gen 453, stock 243 heads, BTR valve train. John at DB Rods built the entire long block. This has Cali ultra billet rods in it, factory crank, 1/2-inch head studs, and Wiseco pistons that are custom spec'd by John at DB Rods. BTR equalizer intake, precision, ProMod Gen 2 8891. My Turbo 400 conversion, FTI TH400, level 5 recase, FTI converter, and Bosch 210s, and yeah, and so that's where we're at. So that's pretty much the setup of the car. Top oil valve, 60 mil wastegate. I don't think I'm missing anything. 5-inch downpipe. This was on pump 85, so I did this all on pump 85 right out of Shell gas station. So check it out. I'll be jumping in intermittently, and also check out this detail this car got. Came out awesome. Just had it polished. So I'll show the inside here in a second when I get a chance. Check that out. This is the 2002 Quicksilver. Owned this car 20 years, and its paint is still awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna jump right into the video, and I'll be jumping back here and there just to kind of go over what you are seeing. So after that first pass, the car made 790. That was just a low boost run just to kind of see where we're at. And we quickly realized that, things are pretty fat. The AFRs were in the 10s, the entire pool. And so went ahead and cranked it up a little bit from there to see where we were at. And we took a little bit of fuel, or Derek took a little bit of fuel out of the tune. All right, now after that pass, that was 15 pounds, I made 974. Car was still pig rich. We are still down in the low 10s. And so Derek is doing some more tweaking, pulling out some more fuel. And before we went ahead and turned it up, we decided to make another pass at 15 pounds just to see if we can get that AFR up into the 11s. And get it out of those. It was at the bottom to mid 10s that entire pass. So we're gonna make another pull at the same boost level, 15 pounds. Now this time, We leaned it out a little bit, got the AFR up into the 11s, bottom 11s, about 11.2, 11.3, made 984, and so we're trending in the right direction. Those of you who are very familiar with main lines, I've never been on one, but they are known for reading a little bit lower. So during this time, we were playing with the load, trying to slow the car down a little bit so it didn't wrap too fast. And we were messing with the tack signal because I read this car very high. This car is being revved to 8,300, 8,500, up in that range. And so these mainline dynos sometimes can freak out reading torque and the tack. So we were managing that. We were logging fuel pressure, logging boost, logging everything. And so we were trending in the right direction. And so from there, went ahead and cranked it up to 25 pounds. Okay, now at 25 pounds, the car made 1113. AFR in this range was a little bit fat again. We were in the 10s, high 10s, 10.8, 10.7. So not horrific, but not optimal. Not optimal for power and for just a good air fuel ratio. So what we did there is Derek, or coming up is Derek is gonna pull out a little bit of fuel out of it, and really what we're shooting for is we're just trying to get in that mid 11s, just somewhere in that mid 11s, and just try to get it to flatline best as possible. And so coming up on this next pull, Derek's gonna go ahead and pull some fuel out of it, and I'm gonna crank it up just a hair. All right, so right there on 27 pounds, the car made 1195. We had a really good air fuel ratio there. We were in around the 11.6 range, 11.5 range, so pretty happy with that. And so, the temperature now outside, it is smoking hot. I know outside temperature was like 97, inside it was very close to 100 degrees. And so at this point, I wanted to make this last run the glory run, because I didn't want to keep making hits in the car. Temperatures on the car and everything were fine, but I just don't like making 30+ pound boost hits in 100-degree weather, because it's just not ideal. I would never be racing in those types of conditions, and so I just don't really want to put the car through that. This car's been on the dyno many times, and and it does great. I mean, this car's got 1 million hits on it. You see other videos out there, but I just didn't want to keep beating on it. So on this last run, I cranked it up a little bit. I try my best to hit right at 30 pounds, and it makes right at 29, 30 pounds the majority of the entire run. And here we go. So after that run there, the car made 1273, and that was right at 30 pounds. Our AFR was right around the 11.7 range, and it was pretty much flat. And so very, very pleased with how it came out there. Gonna make some hits on the street and just compare the load on the street to the load that we had on the main line, just to see how close we were or how far off we were. But I'm sure it's gonna be phenomenal. Just haven't had a chance to get the car out on the street and make any kind of hits though. But I'm in 1273 through a TH400 unlock converter. You know, that's a ton of power. That's a ton of power. Through a stick, I mean, that would be probably pretty close to 1500 for the tire. And so I think the car has a little bit more headroom in it. But obviously in cooler temperatures, just getting it out of 100-degree weather alone would increase the power a little bit. But you know, this car has trapped 175 mile an hour. That's crazy fast for me. In the 8th mile, it has gone 141 miles an hour in the 8th. And so this car is full weight, full interior. It's all original. I've had this car 20 years, haven't taken anything out of it. So really, power, you know, it's just a number. It's a tuning tool. I know what this car does on the street. I know what it does on the dyno. I know what it does on the track. And so, you know, this car is a 2-second 60 to 130 car. It's a 2-second 150 car. And so I know with this ratio, this car is going to accelerate much harder. Also, my 60 foot should improve. I would love to get into the 120 or even a 119, because I do plan on getting that elusive 4-second 8th mile out of this thing. So very pleased with it. Shout out to Derek, man. Shout out to John for building an incredible motor for this car. Shout out to FTI for supporting me and building incredible transmissions for all of my customers, and incredible transmission for this car. These things just take a beating and take a beating. It's awesome. It really has changed the C5 platform. It's really changed the C6 platform to a certain extent too. You know, having a trans brake allows you to do a lot of different type of racing, a lot of index racing you can do. You can do grudge things at your local track. And you can do that with overdrives, but not as consistently, right? And then, it's just all around better. And so check out my videos of the car cruising around on the street. Again, my car has air conditioning and everything, in case you don't know about that. This car is as street as it can be. I mean, it's literally exactly how I bought it in 02. The only difference is all this and all the stuff you can't see. So, brakes and things of that nature. But far as exterior, far as interior, far as accessories, power steering, everything came with factory cradles, all that. It's all the same as it came in 2002. So super cool car, super cool setup. Love it. Very happy. Thank you to everybody who's helped along the way. Support this car, support the platform, support me. And thank you to all of my customers out there for trusting me and getting them hooked up and set up with these TH400 conversions. Every car that gets done, as soon as I hear back from you guys, I am posting you. I want you to get your glory as well, because there's nothing cooler than seeing the TH400 Corvette to me. I think it makes it so much more fun to drive, so much more fun to race. And so thank you to everybody. Any questions that you might have about your car or how a TH400 can work in your vehicle, in your C5, C6, please shoot me a DM on Instagram, shoot me a DM on Facebook, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Until next time, thank you.